Hey everybody, it's Mike, the sugar-free man. I like my little California license plate with sugar-free man on it, huh? Pretty cool, right? So I'm here today to talk about how to break a sugar addiction. Very important topic. First of all, we got to know if sugar addiction is real. Get that question all the time, right? What's the science say? Well, for those of you who don't know, we do a summit every year. We've spoken to over 200. I've interviewed over 250 of the world's educators on sugar addiction, scientists, professors, MDs, PhDs, sugar educators, and all of them are trending towards the idea to get this sugar addiction named in the DSM, which is a Diagnostic Statistical Manual or something like that. Where you can get basically insurance, like binge eating, you can get insurance, your insurance provider, to pay for you to go to a treatment center, right? Well, look, that's coming. And I've been working behind the scenes to help get that done and get it recognized. But over 32 years of no sugar and 12 years of helping other tens of thousands of other people get off sugar, I can tell you there's a lot of pain out there. There's a lot of people who I talk to who are 200 and 300 pounds overweight, who are losing limbs, going blind, and they still cannot get off sugar. The doctor says you are going to die this year if you don't quit the sugar. They've got type 2 diabetes, obviously the weight gain, fatty liver, and they're starting to call Alzheimer's diabetes 3. There's just a lot of science now that indicates that sugar addiction is real, and people, even though when they're told they need to stop, they cannot stop. And obviously, I mean, over the decades, I've seen and helped people who are in that same boat. And it's hard. It hurts. It hurts my heart to watch people struggle with this addiction. For those of you who don't know me, I come from an addiction recovery background, and I understand the addiction construct very well. And when I look into in the last decade of people trying to get off of sugar, I see the exact same thing. I see people trying to do something, accomplish something, seeing that it's destroying their health and not to be able to succeed, right? So let's break down sugar addiction in the general population. You can see it really simply because it tracks unbelievably parallel to the obesity numbers. At the top of the spectrum, if you will, you have what we call harmful users, okay? Actually, no, there's one above that. That's a normal person, right? Normal people, like everybody knows the person who can just have a brownie and leave half of it alone, or have the one drink and, not, if you're, never have an alcohol problem. They're normal people. They're not drawn to the addictive nature of the dopamine and serotonin in your brain. They weren't, how shall I say, they didn't grow up with this process of getting addicted and using it to manage their emotions. And so they're just normal, right? We all hate those people, right? I mean, not really, but it's kind of frustrating for people like myself and maybe you who can't use sugar normally. And I don't like that word normal, but you can't use sugar normally. So anyway, below normal, now look, well, let me tell you something in a minute, but about the weight part of this, but below normal users are what we call harmful users. And harmful users, which a lot of people fall in and fall in that category. And that group is people who over the years, because of our food system, not necessarily anything they did, like they're not overly consuming real sweet things, cakes and pies and cookies and candies, but they're actually, because of the food system, ingesting so much sugar, they end up, gaining 1 or 2 pounds a year since high school or college. Now you're waking up in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, and you're 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight, and you just don't know what happened. You over the years have been more drawn to sugary products, the sweet part, right? So you're eating it in the foods like everyone, and then you're starting to use it in sweets and sodas and what have you. Now, that's about a third of the population. And the last group is what we call sugar addicts. I mean, stone cold sugar addicts. They just cannot stop. And you may have experienced this, like you've committed, you've done sugar detoxes. There's hundreds of them on the market. In our last video, you saw that they're just a setup in disguise. But you can see, like in yourself, if you rise above yourself and you look down on yourself, you can see that you've committed to quit sugar many, many times just to maybe lose some weight, or because the doctor told you about pre-diabetes or something, but you weren't able to do it, right? You tried, you got 3 or 4 days. It was a nasty experience. You had the withdrawals, but you couldn't ever get to a place 30, 60, 90 days down the line where you were, satisfied, where you were happy, and you started to see the results, meaning you lost the weight, or your skin started to clear, your brain fog cleared up. You never got there. You never reached that sugar-free or sugar-reduced lifestyle. And those folks are sugar addicts. One of the things I want to talk about a sugar addict or a sugar addiction is, we have to let go of the stigma, and we have to let go of the idea. One of the first things that people want to experience when they come to me is weight loss. They usually come for weight loss, but they want to be normal, right? They want to eat sugar normally. They want to figure out, they want to take a pill or a shake or a course or watch a video, and they just want to be normal. And what is normal? I mean, it's who even knows? But what I'm getting at is, the folks, maybe you, want to be normal they want to be able to just have a little sweet treat once in a while. And so what I ask folks to do, and I mentioned in the last video, is I ask them to do my scratch test, our scratch test. And that scratch test is, give me 30, 60, or 90 days, preferably 90, of no sugar, no flour, and no caffeine. Now, that's a tough order, but you can start with one and just do one at a time if you like, and see how you feel. See what happens to your body, to your mind, to your vision, to your weight, to your health, to your skin. Just see what happens. And then if you want to go back, we'll gladly refund all of the weight, all of the anxiety, all of the brain fog, all of the acne. We'll give it all back to you. All you got to do is drive into the 7-Eleven, right? So I want to tell you how, I'm not trying to be facetious. I'm trying to get you to understand that if nothing changes, right? So I also want to break down the numbers. As I mentioned at the beginning, is that about a third of people, human beings, biochemically, from our work and my work at the Food Addiction Institute, about a third of people are sugar addicts, and about a third of people are harmful users, and about a third of people are normal. And that breaks down almost identical to the obesity numbers, right? Third of people are obese, third of people, another third, and 2/3 of the population are overweight or obese, and another third are of normal weight. But I want to have a huge but here. We have coaches that are, how shall I say, they're ultra marathoners. We have an Olympic athlete. These folks could do anything with their body, but they were not able to quit sugar. Okay. They needed help. They needed a little push, a little support. And how you break a sugar addiction: A, you start; B, you get support; C, you get information. That's the order too. That's the correct order. You start. One of the things that we do here, we bring into the, how shall I say, our world, I don't want to say ecosystem, our community, if you will, is this ethos of harm reduction. Any day you go without sugar is an important day for you, okay? This takes time to adapt, to understand, So harm reduction is the gradual step down. Now, there's always a controversy. I'm going to do another video on this, the controversy of cold turkey or step down or, taper down, right? Well, look, it doesn't matter. Now, eventually, it's the weirdest thing. Once you finally stop, you're going to go through just about the same withdrawals as if you tapered down for a week or 2 or 10, if you just, stepped it down for sugar and whatever, you're still going to go through the withdrawals. Sometimes ripping that Band-Aid off is important, and doing it and quitting everything at the same time and just going through the pain. One thing, if you journal it out, you won't have to go through the pain again. The second part of the, the detox part, right? So anyway, start, get support, and get information. And it is in that order. You guys come to me all the time, half the time smarter than me, about nutrition, about supplements, about all of this stuff the Dr. Google has told you, but you don't have any support. So you start, you get support, and then you get information. We'll give you all the information when it's necessary, when it's required. What is more required is that you start and never stop quitting, never stop starting. I used to say, I've started over so many times that starting over is the process, right? I've started over so many times that starting over is the process. And that, my friends, is the ethos, the idea that you want to ingrain. You want to make this your hobby, okay? You want to make this your your hobby, what you want to research, what you take seriously, your nutrition and your health, right? Anyway, we're getting a little long here, but I think how to break a sugar addiction is a lot different than people know, right? And as you'll see down or look in the bio or something, we are sugaraddiction.com. We are sugardetox.com. I am the sugar-free man. And this is, this is from tens of thousands. Look, gang, they say genius is only pattern recognition, right? And that was, I think, Albert Einstein. But anyway, luckily, I've been blessed to be able to see tens of thousands of people start this process, succeed at this process, and sadly, in the middle, occasionally fail at this process, right? And so what I want to do is to kind of transmit from my brain into your brain the exact way that I have seen tens of thousands of people and thousands of written success stories actually succeed. And I mean, I don't want to disparage or downplay my, I don't want to call them competitors, because I think anybody that's helping raise the awareness of sugar out there in the marketplace is a valuable asset to this movement. And I do call it a movement, and I think it's going to be a huge movement soon because of the kids and everything. But anyway, I'm rambling on a little bit, but you get it. I'm hoping to see you guys in one of our Zoom meetings or one of our challenges. You're welcome to join us anytime. It's less than you would spend on junk food in a month. So anyway, we'll talk to you real soon, and we'll see you on the meetings or the forums or the Zoom here, or the YouTube. Bye for now.